since the 1950s to bring customers just like yourself plants, flowers from all over the world that you would really never find anywhere else that are these showpieces in your garden. And this next collection is actually a 4-piece collection of shade-loving Lamium ground cover. So it's less than $30. This is really interesting because when you think about ground cover, a lot of us right now are probably like, okay, this is the weekend we were gonna go buy 11 bags of mulch.
Oh my gosh, or like a couple truckloads.
Yeah,
and then,
totally.
And you get home and you have to shovel it all over the place, and then you gotta take a couple Advil and wait a few more days to do it all over again.
Totally. I guess that's why we're always drinking beer in the garden.
That's right,
That's right.
Well, if you're ready to say no to the mulch, this is the collection for you. This is actually our only shade-loving ground cover collection that we offer all year long.
Really?
So this is a plant, a lot of, like especially in Pennsylvania, you know, you see all these tall oak trees.
Yeah.
That the only thing that grows underneath, or that goes underneath them is either dead branches or mulch.
Yes.
Well, this plant is going to replace that mulch under those shady trees on the north side of your home. If you have dry shade, if you have wet shade, this is a plant for you. And not only does it have this gorgeous shimmering foliage that's kind of a two-tone, but it will also produce these beautiful flowers all spring long and then kind of intermittently for the rest of the summer and fall.
Did you ever have those like sugar pop rock sticks growing up?
Of course.
That's what these remind me of. The way that they kind of just like shoot out and they've kind of got like sharp edges. Of course, they're very, very soft, but that's the kind of color scheme that I see there. And I love that you get like lush greenery, but then there's almost like this silver shimmer there.
It's super gorgeous, and really it kind of like shimmers in the shade, which there's no other plant that we've come across that can do that. And I love it because this is gonna be, each one of your 4 plants that you're going to receive is gonna grow about 2 feet around. So you can see the roots on this plant it's growing through the bottom of the plant. These plants are so healthy. Now you go to your borders or anywhere that you have shady area, and each one of these is going to grow and spread about 2 feet around. So what you're seeing on the table, this is about one collection after the end of the first or second season.
Holy mackerel. And you know, something I want to just call out before we see these pictures is you said dry shade and wet shade.
Which is really important.
Wet shade, I have like this area where I literally like said to my husband the other day, like, I'm so glad that's on the side of the house so no one has to see that. This would be perfect there.
Yeah, you know, you get those little puddles that just are there from, you know, now until
like it rained last week.
Yeah, it's still there. Well, this plant is going to actually eradicate those areas where those little puddles will accumulate, because you know it will take the water and suck it up itself, and it will do so by producing these gorgeous blankets of shimmering foliage and flowers all spring long and then on and off the rest of the year. And you're getting 2 each of the purple dragon and the pink pewter. So you get this kind of two-tone of the purple and the pink that correspond so well together.
Now, how tall, since we're calling this like a ground cover, how tall do they get?
They get maybe about 4 inches tall. So it's not like totally flat like some ground covers, but it's not any taller than 4 to 5 inches tall.
And I mean, I say this speaking because we're live here in Pennsylvania, but maybe you're in Georgia, maybe you're in Texas. Do you get color all year round, even like in
That's a great question.
Dead of winter?
Yeah. So if you live in areas that are a little bit warmer, that maybe get to 30 degrees, this will be evergreen year round. Here in Pennsylvania or in Indiana where I'm from, it will be a deciduous
like
ground cover. Yeah.
Okay.
But then it will start coming back early spring. Right now it's already, the foliage itself is already back, and then it will start to flower very quickly after.
You know, I kind of feel like with the way that the weather's been in Pennsylvania, it sounds like you could really get like 9 months of ground cover.
Yeah, and it's a gorgeous,
break.
exactly. That is why this ground cover it's really exceptional. The other thing that I see a lot around here with those big shady areas that are, you know, really synonymous in this Pennsylvania area, everyone has the ivies or the pachysandras, which can be very, you know, detrimental to where you plant them because their roots will choke everything out, including the trees.
Totally.
So I recommend rip the pachysandra out, rip the ivy out, and replace it with this, because it is so much more gorgeous and it produces beautiful flowers.
Well, let me ask you this, because I always say like I'm still like that first time gardener. Like I just got successful a couple of years ago out of like 7 years of trying. If I have an area where I've got like kind of just sparse perennials, like I always notice it with lilies, they just kind of randomly pop up.
Great.
Can I put this in and the lilies still
that is
come up,
wonder,
or does
yes.
it choke them out?
You can actually plant your lily bulbs or even like your spring flowering bulbs right within them, and this foliage, it will allow them to grow through them.
Room for them.
But if you have pre-existing, maybe you have like pre-existing daylilies, this is a wonderful ground cover to kind of plant around your daylilies, and then it kind of fills in the garden. It will replace the mulch. It will also replace graveled patches, and it helps to eradicate the weeds as well. It slows erosion. It really does everything, but it's for the it's really best in the shade.
Yeah.
This is a shady, loving ground cover.
And in terms of watering this, like I know we spoke to like wet shade. I mean, is this once a week? Like, does this maintain its moisture?
It's a pretty even keel plant. Because it can handle the wet shade or the dry shade, it will kind of acclimate itself to wherever you plant it. So you can give, if it's in a kind of a drier area of the garden, water it normal once a week, that's fine. If it's in a wetter area of the garden, you'll have to water it even less. So it's a really low maintenance, easy plant, and that's why many gardeners get a few of these sets to plant all along the shady areas.
Absolutely. Well, if you have a Q card, you can definitely pick up more than one. And you know what? I think anybody will tell you the shadiest part of your garden is the most frustrating part of your garden.
Yeah.
So you get color, you get cover, 2-foot spread on this, just about 4 inches tall. It's in 53078. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Courtney.
All right, and don't forget our QVC2 big deal. We have one more presentation before the price, the value, and of course the opportunity to bring this home disappears. You'll see that coming back up in about 15 minutes. This is our 8-piece double pearl tuberose with flowering magic. What do you call it? Fertilizer. That's the F word I was looking for. This is one that when you think about normally in other stores, you get the single blooms, the single bulbs. We've got multiple layers of incredible florals with the most intoxicating scents that many perfumerias around the world use this as the mainstay in a lot of their fragrances. This is also something that when you think about the absolute tuberose, it's worth its weight more than gold, which is awesome. You get an 8-piece collection for less than $28. It's our best value of the day, the most exciting value of the day, and it's coming back up in about 15 minutes. It's in 53147. Welcome back to the show, Derek. This is cool. You know, I have seen I could not be more thrilled to have these in the show because I was just walking in my neighborhood and I'm like, I wonder what those are. And now I ask and you shall receive.